VCOM, now let's get a little bit more into how we would do it at for studying for boards and honestly at VCOM if you don't want to feel overwhelmed. Once again, there's 58,000 cards in this deck, which is a lot, but there is a way to close that down. So let's show you how to do that now. So if we go into decks, you can see the word do. You see this column do. So what's happening in do is that's when you're going to see the card again. However, there is this one card right here with parentheses around it. That card is suspended. So what suspended means is that the card, you won't see the card. Like the card could be in the deck, but it's suspended, so it's basically hidden. So you can actually hide a lot of the cards that are probably more low yield. So let's kind of walk through how we do that. If you're studying for boards, this is different than how you're studying for VCOM exams. I want to make that very clear because I know there's going to be some second years watching this. If you're studying for boards, do not suspend like this. I'll show you another way to suspend. If you are a first year studying for exams, suspend like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here to decks, hit Command All. So now it is highlighted all 58,000. And then hit Command J. And now you can see that every single card is suspended. So if we went back to our home page, they'd all be gone because they're hidden now. So, but we don't want to do that because obviously we need to study. So how do we know what's high yield? How do we know what I need to know for the exams? How do we know what's not a waste of space? Well, if we actually look down in our tags, there's actually going to be one called low high yield. And what you're going to take and do is you're going to hit Command All on high yield and then toggle suspend. So now that you see there's no parentheses, that means they're back in action. So we come back out here, see we have cards again. Relatively high yield, Command All, Command J, and then Command 3, or high yield temporary, and then Command J. Clearly not as high yield. Lower yield and low yield, let's stick away from these for now. They're pretty board relevant. As you can see, the green is board relevancy, but you can see there's also not a lot of green. So let's just wait on those. And then for classes, these are like the 3 you need. That'll cut down those numbers tremendously, more than you can imagine. All right, so that's all you need there for suspending. Leave everything else suspended. Leave the lower yield and low yield suspended. Don't ever worry about doing those cards until you're about in block 2 and you need to study for boards. But for now, block 1, that's all you need. Those are all things that you need unsuspended. And to suspend, it's Command J. To unsuspend, it's Command J. For the same button. All right. For second years who are watching this, who are trying to study, what you're going to do is you're going to come in here. If you're first year, you can skip this, come back later. You're going to Command All, on every deck. Command All. So now every card is suspended again. We can see they're all, well, oh, I'm on current deck. That would explain why. Command All. Command J. Okay, everything's suspended now, gone. For studying for boards, because now you're cramming, now there's a lot, you need to know what they've tested on. And by now, I'm guessing everyone knows what UWorld is. Basically, UWorld is the highest of the yield, even higher than the high yield, low yield. These are the tags that you need to pass the boards. You can say, well, Robinson, like, what do you know about passing boards? Are you sure this is going to work? And yes, it works. I know a lot of people have done it. And I've seen their UWorld scores. I've seen their True Learning scores. I've seen their comp say this is all you need. Well, how many cards are in this UWorld deck? 12,000. If you can master 12,000 cards, and honestly maybe even a little less, then you will be ready to succeed not only on Comlex and Step. and you'll blow comps out of the water. So for second years, suspend everything. Come to UWorld. Hit Command All. And everybody's wondering where this green came from. Let's go ahead and flag it. So flag it whatever color you want. I did mine green. See how they're all green? They're all pretty. So that way I know that every green card is a UWorld card. Okay. So as you're studying, keep it. You can keep it suspended. It doesn't matter. But just know that it's a green card. So, actually, sorry. We want to keep these all unsuspended. So as you're studying, say you're doing sketchy micro, say you're learning Staff Aureus. Well, the boards don't really care too much about Van A being whatever, blank, blank, blank. But what they do care about is protein A being a virulence factor. What they do care about is infective endocarditis on the tricuspid valve. So you will only study these green cards whenever you watch your video, so you can see the difference. Non-parentheses, parentheses. So if you won't see these are the only ones you need to know. That'll get you 85% of the questions right every time. So just study the green. Now, yeah, that's pretty much all you got to know for studying boards. It's like when you're board studying, you're only studying the green stuff. So for strep pyogens, only the green stuff. Everything else should be suspended. And then for first years, unsuspend the high yield tags that I showed you already. So that's going to narrow down your studying tremendously for both people. It'll make it less overwhelming and will make it so much more beneficial to you in your time. Like you will have so much more time if you're not doing 58,000, but instead you're just doing 12,000. Like 12,000 is not that bad. If you start early, make sure you're doing all of your reviews. And yeah, that's pretty much how you're going to do that. I want to talk about one more thing in this video, and then the last video, I'm kind of going to give a breakdown of like how I studied for my exams and how I studied for boards, and then that would be the completion of our 4 set videos. Yeah, so let's walk through add-ons real quick, and then we will talk about other things. All right, so what are add-ons? You can see I have a cool background here. You can see I have this cool heat map. Basically, it's like just how you can make this more customizable, make this more fun, make this more towards you. So what we can do is we go to Tools and click on Add-ons. So you can see all the different add-ons I have. Got Anki Hub, Anki. Feel free to grab these. Like you can do whatever you want. Find cards. That's a great one. All second years need that one. Postpone cards, Quizlet to Anki, review heat map, and then just other things that I have suspended. But so what are add-ons? Like I said, they're just something that makes it more fun. How do you get add-ons? Crazy enough, you hit the button Get Add-ons, Browse Add-ons. So it's going to take you to a website, and there is 1,000 different add-ons here that are from different people. You can see the highest rated ones. You can see the lowest rated ones. So how do you get this? Say you want to play Ankimon. You go click it, watch a little video on it. It's kind of fun. You get to play Pokemon while you do Anki cards. Pretty sick. You get badges. I used to love it, doing it, can't lie. How do you get it? You come down here, you take this code, Command Copy, Command C, and then you're going to paste it in there, hit OK, and it'll add the add-on. And then you'll restart Anki, and then you can play Pokemon. You can see I did have it, but disabled it, but it does exist. You can get ones for cool backgrounds, custom backgrounds, so like just different ways that you can customize this. Yeah, so Anki's super customizable, super fun. It's going to be a big part of your life. All right, let's stop this video, and then we'll break it down about how I studied for tests and for boards.